All right, it's Monday. Today I had a fantastic run. I think looking at the time, it is the best run I've done altogether. Best time, best conditioning, and I figured out why. The biggest reason I was kind of in pain when I was doing my previous runs was because I wasn't breathing completely in and completely out. I was kind of doing half inhale, half exhale, half inhale, half exhale. So basically, I quit. Long story short, I got a job and I started working, and it just kind of became too much for me and I stopped running. And it's been 6 months since then. And everything, was going well, sort of, but physical health-wise, I was kind of doing poorly. It was actually getting worse. I could tell that I'm skinnier than ever. I lost weight, and not because I did 1 week of working out. I wasn't like an amazing athlete because I did 1 week of working out. No, the reason was that I just didn't do anything. I was 8 hours at work, sitting down on a desk. I come home and then I sleep and I eat. So my body was not getting the nutrients it needed, and it wasn't getting the exercise at all. I was in a worse condition than I was back in Turkey. I went back to Turkey for 2 weeks on vacation, and those 2 weeks I realized, damn, I really need to start working out again. It was 2 weeks of just mental preparation, telling myself, okay, when I get back, this is what I'm gonna do. This is when I'm going to do it. This is how I'm going to do it. I wrote down lists and lists and lists, and I was growing this motivation like I was a seed about to sprout. And then once the seed sprouts, it's already growing. But you need to kind of collect the motivation into this one shell. You have to collect it, and then it won't sprout until you have all of that motivation in there. And it took me a while. I was legitimately upset for 2 weeks that I was in the condition that I am, and now I've done my first week since I'm back. So this is after the week. This is on a Saturday that I'm recording this. So everything that you're about to watch has already happened, but I promise you this is going to be pretty good, because this is going to be the video on how to get back after giving up. This is my first time running in 5 months. This is gonna be tough, I can tell already, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I gotta get back into it. This is the second week, I guess, 5 months later. Yeah, Monday was pretty good. If I'm looking at the stats right now, which you will see right here, I really didn't lose anything. After 6 months of not running, my conditioning, my pace, everything was basically the same. Maybe 4 seconds more. Like, I was really not expecting that. I was really expecting to struggle. But I was also expecting to struggle my first run ever. I was really sleepy, and I had to do it in the morning because I work now. And work finishes at 5:30. And by 5:30, it is pitch black. I can't run in darkness. So I decided I'll just take advantage of the situation with this motivation already collected together and wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning. Not 8:30 and get really quickly dressed and go to work by 9, but 7 o'clock. I'll be waking up, making breakfast, making a coffee, and then leave the house, go to work, from work, go take a run, and come back. And in this clip you can obviously tell I'm pretty damn sleepy. But I did the run, and miraculously after the run, I was already awake. At work, I didn't have this sense of sleepiness. I didn't even need to drink an extra cup of coffee. The 1 cup of coffee in the morning I made at home was enough. Meanwhile, when I was not doing this, in the 6 months past, I wake up at 8:30. I don't have time to do anything at home. I even skip breakfast. Yeah, I was not eating breakfast for 6 months straight. And then I went to work and had my coffee there. And I was sleepy and grumpy, and even though I was doing pretty well work-wise, at the end it was really starting to degrade. And then this somehow fixes everything? I don't understand. How can waking up 2 hours early make me more energetic throughout the day? It was confusing to me, but it worked, and it worked really well. The next morning, I woke up at 7 o'clock again. Yeah, this was the first time I worked out in around 5 months. And unlike the running, which my splits were basically exactly the same as 5 months ago, I could really feel the difference of not working out. My upper body strength has completely depleted. I'm doing the same numbers in 4 or 5 reps as I used to do in 1 rep. So this is like the main thing I can really improve upon. Running, the only thing I can improve now is basically the distance I'm doing. My splits are great. If I can continue those splits in a marathon type situation, that'll be amazing. But of course that requires more training. I'm going to list the different exercises I did when I worked out. In 2 days I'll try to have a different set of exercises to exercise a different part of my body, but I don't think I'll be able to exercise different parts because I'm not strong enough to do those yet, so it'll take a while. So yeah, let's see. I worked out upper body. I used to do this all the time in Turkey. It was great. I felt great. And then I stopped doing it. And now that I stopped and then I started again, I really lost a lot of what I had before. And it really showed me that, yeah, you're not gonna get away with this pretty easily. Like, yeah, your running went fine. You went pretty decent in the running department, but this is gonna be a whole new deal. Then I still felt pretty good, and because I was awake 2 hours already before I had to start work, I was already feeling great by the time I got to work. And I also noticed that I started going to bed more or less on time, so it was just a win-win in every aspect. And then the next morning I woke up earlier again and it was raining, but thankfully I already had something planned. I wasn't gonna run. I was gonna do something really strange and new. I was gonna do some yoga, because I decided if I'm going to work out my muscles and they're going to start build up, I'm just probably gonna lose flexibility over time because they're just gonna get, I don't know, that's how muscles work, I guess? I don't know how muscles work, but I decided why not? It's not gonna lose anything by doing yoga, so that's what I did. I woke up and I did yoga. Wow, so don't scoff at yoga, man. That was actually pretty tough. I mean, a lot of the positions I wasn't able to do properly. You know, I feel a lot better already this morning. You know, if I'm gonna be working out, you know, I'm gonna be building muscle, I should be building flexibility as well. It just makes sense. And it did make sense. I felt already better after stretching. My soreness was a little bit easier. I didn't feel as much pain and I was so sore. And now I'm probably gonna be doing that more often. I don't think I'm gonna do yoga the day after calisthenics. I don't think that's necessary. I think that's an arbitrary way of thinking. I think if I do yoga any time of the week, it's going to benefit me. It doesn't matter if it's after or before calisthenics. But if you think differently, let me know below. It felt good. And then that's basically it. My muscles felt better at stretching after doing calisthenics, even if it was just a day later. I went to the next day, which was running again. So now my whole schedule is I'm trying to get 2 of each. I'm kind of trying to get twice a week running, twice a week calisthenics, and then twice a week stretching. Okay, so this is my second run of the week. You know, I'm already feeling pretty good. It took a while for me to like pump myself up to get motivated enough to start doing this again. It took me around 2 weeks of wanting to do it and preparing to do it just so I could start this week. It's weird, but I had to like motivate myself for an extended period of time. Oh, it's really windy right now. Oh, this is really tough, but I gotta get through it. This is the real test of being able to run in really crappy weather. The iPhone sound reduction doesn't give the wind justice, to be honest. It was really windy. It was actually a strange sensation because when I was going down the island from one direction, the wind was actually pushing me forward. So I was like, damn, this is really good. I am doing so well. And my headphones every kilometer let me know how fast my kilometer was. And I'm like, wow, And then the moment I turned around on the corner of the island, I had the rush of wind coming to my face. And it was so tough that it brought my average way higher than I was expecting. My previous run was 4 minutes 44. This one is at a total of 5 minutes, and you'll see all the stats and stuff here. But it was crazy how windy it was. But I guess it's a good way of training. I mean, the goal isn't exactly only to get better splits, it's also just get better conditioning and get better at running in general. And running in shitty weather is one of those things. Now, yesterday, I actually decided not to do anything. Normally I was gonna do calisthenics yesterday, but I was so sore that I decided to take the day off. And that's exactly what I did. I did absolutely nothing yesterday. I just relaxed, had a good night's sleep, and I'm already feeling better today. Then this morning, I woke up at around 9:30, because it's a Saturday, and I did another half hour of yoga, because I was thinking, all right, my muscles are already aching, you know, might as well do a bit of yoga to make it a little bit better. So maybe tomorrow I would be able to do some calisthenics. We'll see. If I'm feeling better tomorrow, I'll do some calisthenics tomorrow. I've been planning on how to make it gradually harder for myself. From next week, I might start running not from the beginning of the island, but from my workplace, which adds another 1.5 kilometers, 2 kilometers, and that way it'll add 4 kilometers in total. So that makes around 10 kilometers, and if I can do 10 kilometers consistently, that means I can start working on it and getting closer to actually running a half marathon, which would be 20 kilometers. Let's see how it goes. It's been tough trying to start from after giving up, but actually I've been feeling great, and I think this motivation hopefully can, sprout more and more throughout the week. Unfortunately, my computer is currently broken and will be broken for the next week because it's being repaired at the shop. So I'm going to be doing an extremely interesting experiment of trying to edit this video on an iPhone. And if this works out, probably it's edited on an iPhone. This day and age where we have, where we can record, shoot the entire video on this and then edit and publish it on this the entire time. And this is only an iPhone 7. So the future is now, old man.